comes the Torah and says, Pen yesh bachem ish o isha, o mishpacha, o shevet, asher levavo pone hayom me'im Adonai Eloheinu, ללכת לעבוד את אלוהי הגויים ההם, פן יש בכם שורש פורה ראש ולענה. This problem is everywhere. And you have now missionaries already implanted inside religious Jewish communities. So much so that people have no concept that they are not Jewish. So much so that they've implanted their tentacles into the community for long enough to learn the Hebrew language, long enough to get someone to give them a rabbinical smicha, long enough to build schools, long enough to build a community within a community. That while pretending to be Jewish, they're 100% not Jewish. Christian missionaries. The world is completely oblivious of the danger that is among us. Someone I recently met, bright woman named Shannon Newson, anti-missionary, has a organization called Benenu, who exposed the wicked idol worshiper Michael Elk, who pretended to be a Jewish Kohen and Mekubal of the descendants of the Ben Ishchai. The guy's not even Jewish, but he fooled an entire community that he's a Kohen, that he is a Jew, that he is of the descendants of the Ben Ishchai and the and some of the greatest Mekubalim in the world. And this person, only by the mercy of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, was exposed. And she wrote an article, published today, I saw it, that these types of missionaries are literally a standard now in Jewish communities. You have these moles all over Israel. Needless to say, all over America, all over the UK, all over Australia. These non-Jewish Christian missionaries pretending to be Jews are everywhere. Now, when your knowledge is your number one weapon, you would hope that people would want to gain knowledge. And needless to say, people would use it. But when you bring people this information, instead of them saying, okay, so we have knowledge, let's teach, first and foremost, the community how to deal with these wicked people, if they ever come to you and they haven't been exposed yet, how to deal with missionaries, how to fend off some of these nonsensical, heretical statements that they make that get people confused, whether it's distortion of verses from Isaiah 53 or Daniel 9 or other places in the book of Genesis, that they like to distort the sages. They like to mock the sages. They hate Rabbi Akiva. And if they were in their private meetings, I wouldn't be surprised if they have a statue of Rabbi Akiva where they throw darts at it and shoot it with a shotgun. Really, they hate Rabbi Akiva because he's in essence the father of the oral Torah, with Rachel, his wife, being the mother of the oral Torah. So the Christians hate the oral Torah. They hate the Gemara, also known as the Talmud. But yet they go into Jewish communities, religious Jewish communities, secular Jewish communities, pretending to be Jews, pretending to be religious Jews, pretending to be any type of Jew that's going to get them close to people, friendly with people. And when you tell the religious Jews in your community that you have a mole in your community, you have people that are teaching the New Testament idolatry, and they ask you, how do you know? Well, there's a reason why the New Testament was translated to Yiddish. Last I checked, the people from Texas, Utah, or Tennessee I don't think they learn Yiddish in high school. I don't think they learn Yiddish in their Christian schools. That Yiddish is for you in Muncie. That Yiddish is for you in Lakewood. That Yiddish is for you in Bnei Brak. Hashem Yishmor v'Yatzil. They have somebody within the community help them destroy the community. If that's not bad enough, they have all types of other things. They have these different people walking. They have places. You tell this to the Jewish people. What do? 9 out of 10 times, if not even more, absolutely nothing. Why? They don't think there's anything that's going to affect their community because their community has Jewish education. They figure, since our kids go to yeshiva, since I went to yeshiva, and my father's a rabbi, and my cousin is a rabbi, and this one and that one, we don't have to worry about it. This is probably more of a concern in secular neighborhoods where people don't know anything. There's nothing further from the truth. Why? Shows that you look at the statistics, you look at the results, you look at society. I deal with thousands and thousands of people every single day. And many of them are religious Jews. And sometimes those religious Jews start asking me Christian questions. Why are you asking Christian questions if you've been going to yeshiva your whole life? Why are you asking me Christian questions if your whole life you've only been learning Torah? Why are you asking? Because somebody got to them one way or another, whether it was on YouTube or it was some friend or some neighbor or some rabbi that's not really a rabbi but rather a Christian missionary. Now, Rabotai Kareem, comes the kicker. How do you deal with this problem?